Nobody dropped it off. It just magically appeared there. And the reason why they had to do that is because they obviously were in my house while I was gone, so they had to loop back in and edit in footage. Look at this, 4:37. That 3-second gap, it goes from not being there to being there. Look at that. 3:37 and 58 seconds. 3:37 and 32 seconds, 34. So it just magically appeared there. And look at the shade of sunlight. You see it's dramatically different from the package not being there to it being there. And as I was pulling out, like seconds before I pulled up, I see a WDC van pulling out, and he's looking at me, and didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, WDC, what the heck is that? So I Google it. It's a solar company out of DC. So I go to call them, and my phone won't work. I hang up. It won't hang up. So it's like I'm being just held. I took a screenshot of what it looks like. Oh, here, let me show you what the screenshot looks like. When I go to call them, no network, no cellular network available. But if you look at the top of my phone up there, it shows I've got 5 full bars. So this is what I'm dealing with. That's the WDC van from Washington, D.C. I went to call them to see if they do work in Williamsburg. And lo and behold, called them like 2 or 3 times, and my phone wouldn't work. And when I go to hang up, it wouldn't hang up. So it's just more evidence. That's why it's in my evidence file. And this is why I got the security system. See this here? Those are bushes in my front yard. And right by my hose, on either side of my hose, this psychopath planted these thorns on either side. This psychopath just does anything he can to interfere with my life. I mean, you want to talk about a pathetic individual. That's the guy who works at Camp Perry, who's stalking and hacking and doing anything he can to interfere with my life, including planting weeds in my yard right along my property line, planting thorns in my bushes right along my hose line. That's the kind of stuff that I've had to deal with with this nutcase, Dan Bolchez from Camp Perry. And I go to work, come home, and you can see the footage is spliced. Look, here's the UPS guy, or whatever, Brown. See him pulling up. There he is. No problem. That's at 11:21. We see that package, but there's no sign whatsoever from 11:21 to 4:35 of a person dropping off that package. You see that white package here. That's me right there. Where'd that white package come from? So, yeah. And then when I do the playback, the package just magically appears all by itself. And then I deal with this. The playback DVR is unavailable while they're trying to splice in looped footage from another day. So that's what I have to deal with. So just more evidence. Figured I'd make a video because you wouldn't even believe it unless you saw it with your own eyes.